Santa Claus. It's the number one most magical time of the year. Look at us now, walking around in the snow. We do it in a very Christmas way. Soon there will be sleigh bells and Santa Claus. It's the number one most magical, the number one most magical time of the year.
You're watching Janet Murray TV. Make sure you've put on your Christmas jumper because it's time for Janet Murray's online Christmas market.
We're going to Janet's Christmas market.
We're gonna have a beautiful, wonderful time.
We're going to Janet's Christmas market.
We're gonna have a beautiful, wonderful time.
We're going to Janet's Christmas market.
We're gonna have a beautiful, wonderful time.
We're going to Janet's Christmas market.
We're gonna have a beautiful, wonderful time.
Hello and welcome to day 3 of the Christmas market. So we have got 5 amazing sellers for you today, all independent business owners who have fantastic products and services to share with you for Christmas gifts. So I would love it if you would say hi in the chat, introduce yourself. Have you been coming to the market all week? Well, I'll tell you a little bit about it. Should probably introduce myself first. So I'm Janet and I'm the host of the market, and I help small business owners to promote their businesses. I work with both product and service-based businesses, and this market is really about helping them, and it's really also about spreading the message about shopping with small business owners, particularly this Christmas, because a lot of small business owners have had it really, really tough, really challenging. And if you're a small business owner, I'm sure that you'll be able to identify with that. Some of the businesses that I've introduced you to across the week, some that you're going to meet today, they've had to completely reinvent their businesses. They've had to reinvent the way that they promote themselves. And it has been a huge, huge change with some amazing results, but it has been a challenge, and there's been a lot of change over this year. So how can you support? Well, there's several ways that you can support. Before I bring on our first seller, I'll tell you a little bit about that. So you can support in lots of ways. So you can obviously do your Christmas shopping with small business owners. There's going to be some amazing gifts across the week. We're now on day 3, so we're going to be up to 15 sellers by the end of today. But if you type anything into the chat, so I don't mean the word anything, I mean any word or phrase, you'll be taken into our amazing messenger bot, and that will let you into our sellers gallery. So you'll be able to browse all of the different offers and discounts that some of our business owners are offering this week for Market Week. Another way that you can really help is just to hit share. so you can share this broadcast and get it in front of more people, your family, your friends. I know there's a lot of people out there who feel the same way as we do about supporting small business owners this Christmas. Instead of spending your last bit of cash on the Black Friday or Cyber Monday sales or the leftovers of those, you could buy unique gifts from small business owners and support in that way, because it has been a really challenging year for many small business owners, but they're still smiling, as you'll see as we meet some of them today. So what I'd love you to do now, before we get further in, is I'd love you to hit share. Now, if you're not sure how to share a broadcast, if you're on your phone or you're on a desktop, usually there's just a little share. Well, it says share. If you look underneath this video, it says share. There's a couple of things that you need to remember to do. So one of them is to, there's a little tiny little triangle that you can change. So you're sharing from your profile. That generally makes things easier. And also you'll need to remember, well, I think that's the main thing actually you need to remember, is to change it to your profile. You can share to your profile, you can share to groups, you can share to pages, you can send it to your friends in messages, but let's spread the word and get as many people as possible. Now, if you're not sure how to share, Sam, our community manager, she's going to stick a link that shows you how to share from a desktop or from your phone. So that should help a lot. So thanks so much. And also, the really important thing is commenting as well. The more that you comment, the more that you share, the more we can get this broadcast and some of these products and services in front of more people. And it is about so much more than the people that you're going to meet today. It's about spreading the word. I honestly think that a lot of people don't actually realise how hard it's been this year for some small business owners, and how much they've had to change and adapt. So the more that you can do by sharing, by commenting, by getting really involved with this session, the better it's going to be for everybody. So let's hit share again if you haven't done already. You can share it in comments, you can share it on your profile, you can share it in groups if it's your group, your rules. In other people's groups, obviously you need to get permission, but we can get this broadcast a long way. So I'm going to bring on our first seller in just a second, but I did want to let you know about something else. Ian, I don't know if you've got handy, Ian's our event producer. I don't know if you've got handy our QR code that you can use. This is really clever. We have got some really clever stuff. But if you have not joined our messenger bot yet, this is really cool, and you can share this with people as well. If you have an iPhone, you can literally just hold it up to that QR code. I'm doing it now with mine, you can't see me, and that will take you straight into our bot. So that's really clever as well. So we're going to bring on our first seller in just a second, and I've also, stick around, you don't want to miss the announcement that I'm going to make around 12:35. So I'm going to be sharing an opportunity to win a £200 cash prize. So let me know in the chat whether you fancy a £200 cash prize. Can be won by you or can be won by a group. If you want to get together, I'll tell you more about it when we get to about 12:35, 12:40. So let's bring on our first seller. So we've got Pavan. So Pavan, I'd love it if you could tell us a little bit more about what you do and what you're going to be selling on the market this week.
Hi, Janet.
Hello.
I'm so excited to be here. I've literally been like sat here for half an hour, like trembling like a chihuahua.
Well, you look really confident, and your sound is great. So
Brilliant.
Can you tell us, because you've got a bit of a story, really, haven't you? Because your business is one of those that really has changed this year.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about your story, and then you can show us your products?
Okay, sure. So my name's Pavan, and I run Maison de Tourmentin, or MDT, with my partner Matt. And basically, we set up the business when we were both feeling really run down with life. I felt like I was like working myself into the ground, basically, and I kind of really neglected self-care. And my partner Matt, he really wanted to experiment with niche perfumery. And we've got quite a varied cultural background. So he's Mauritian and French, and I'm Indian. So we kind of collaborated, and our scents are inspired by that. At the beginning of lockdown as well, we had just started our business. So we were like, who is going to buy something they can't smell? Like, especially if it's a scented product. So we kind of thought it was over, but actually people have really shown up for us, and people have really supported us, and I'm so thankful, and it's really been amazing. But it just goes to show how much small businesses have had to pivot. Like, I've had to do a lot of descriptions of the candles online, which, you know, is really strange because people can't smell them. So normally I'm like grabbing them and I'm like, have a smell.
And you can't do that. Well, that's
Yeah.
amazing. And I think you're not alone. There's lots of small business owners that have had to, and you've had to learn how to promote yourself online. And particularly something that you often sell by the fact normally this time of year you will be out selling at markets, wouldn't you, and pop-ups and whatever. So can you show us your candles? I think most of us love candles. I love giving people candles as well because everybody loves candles. Can you show us? And then I've got a couple of questions for you, and also I imagine that there'll be some questions in the chat as well.
Okay, great. Okay, so I'm going to show you two of my my favorites and two of our best sellers at this time of year. So they're both very different because I feel like everyone's got kind of like a candle palette. Everyone's got a really different taste. So the first one I'm going to show you is Nero. So this is Nero right here. Oh, I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, can you just turn it around? That's it. The other way.
This way.
The other way. That's it. Perfect. Yeah.
Okay, and as you can see, they're black. So we use a natural black dye to get that because personally, I really hate clutter. So that's why our candles are black, because I want them to look really nice on like a bathroom shelf. So this one has oud, oak moss, and tobacco. So the kind of notes of this, it's really like earthy and really herbaceous, and it's really green. So I think this is perfect for like bathrooms and people that love gardening specifically. This scent was inspired by Matthew's grandfather because he grew up in the south of France. This is very reminiscent of like the kind of thing that he would have worn in the 60s as a young man. It also is inspired by the French fragrance family of Cyprès, which basically means cypress, and it originates from the Mediterranean, and it's like really green with like a really earthy base note of citrus. So it doesn't say that on the label, but there's neroli in it, which is basically the leaf of a citrus plant. So yeah, that's really good if you do not like sweetness and you just love really fresh earthy smells. And one of our customers has actually said, which always makes me laugh, that she wants her husband to smell like this. Because it's really like she said it was a sexy man smell, and I was like, okay, I'll take that.
Love it. And have you got a few more? You've got a few more to show us. I wanted to ask you a little bit about the ingredients and how they're made, but have you got a few more to show us? I love that she put that in her application for the market. They smell like sexy man. We're right, she's got to be in if she says that her candles smell like sexy man.
I think our range is like, I think people do know us for that because we have quite a few like very masculine scented candles, which I don't feel like is that common. But the other one I wanted to show is like on the other side of the spectrum, which is Allura, and it's like pure Christmas, sweet, spicy, like magic. It's like crunchy leaves, and we wanted to make like a kind of like our rendition of pumpkin spice. So this one is, I mean, they all look the same, so you can't see the other one. So this one cardamom, tonka, and vanilla. So it's quite spicy and sweet and great for Christmas.
Fab. Okay, well, everyone's saying what a great presenter you are, and also how fantastic it is to hear the stories, because actually we don't often get to hear the stories. And if you're at a busy market or a pop-up or whatever, Charlotte saying sexy man's smell. So I'd love to know a little bit. So Tracy, my designer, who's here, she'd probably be like, thanks for sharing this, but when she comes to work with me in my house, which obviously doesn't happen as often now, she often tells me to blow the candles out because they give her a migraine, even though they smell nice. So can you talk about so how you make them, and are they suitable for people with allergies, or how do you make them? What are they made of?
Okay, right, so you're in luck because I've got a good speech for this. So basically they're made of a soy, rapeseed, and coconut blend wax, and we use IFRA certified fragrance, and it's all vegan and it's all cruelty free. So we make sure all of our fragrance is not tested on animals, and to like kind of put that into some context, because obviously like you might be like, what the hell's IFRA? So basically it means that most of our fragrances are safe up to 100%, and to put that into context, for a candle to fill a really big room and really smell, we only need to use 9%. So yeah, we do thoroughly test them. And personally, like I think with headaches and stuff, it's very personal, but for me, I find florals really cloying. So I find that a lot of our florals are not really what you'd expect. So we have like Dora, which is a floral one, but it's more like powdery. And we also have a rose one, but we match it with oud, so it's more like a Moroccan rose, because I really don't like that like cloying like floral smell.
Fab. Okay, brilliant. And they're vegan, they're environmentally friendly. Can you tell us a little bit about that before we wrap up?
Yep, sure. So they burn for like 30 to 40 hours. And we've also got a DIY kit that I wanted to show you as well. So let me just
Oh, cool.
quickly.
Yeah, quick, show us that.
So
Yeah.
this has literally just launched on our website. So on there it says, when was the last time you truly did something for yourself? Did you have to think about it? And if that sounds like you, then this kit, I think, is for you. So yeah, I basically made this because lockdown has been like really hard for us in terms of finding stuff to do. And sometimes self-care isn't bubble baths. Sometimes you actually need to stimulate yourself and like learn something new. So we've also got those on the website as well.
Fab. Okay. Well, amazing. I think you've made a lot of sales already. I think people are very much sold, and I'm assuming they can reach out and ask you questions as well. So
They
thanks, Pavan, for
can.
kicking off day 3 in such an amazing way. I wish we could talk to you for longer, but we only have a few
Oh,
minutes
thanks.
with every seller. But you will be able to find out more about Pavan. Ian's going to put her discount code up on the screen. You'll be able to look, you'll be able to find out more in our sellers gallery. And all you need to do, if you've just joined the broadcast and you're not inside our messenger bot, all you need to do to grab these discounts and codes is to type anything in the chat, like any word, any phrase, and you'll be taken straight in into the messenger bot, which will give you all the information, and also let you know how to enter our amazing competition as well. So that is brilliant. Get yourself inside the bot so that you can get the website, you can get the discount codes and start buying, and you'll be able to browse all the other sellers as well, not just the sellers that you see today, but the sellers that have been on the last couple of days, but also the ones that are coming up as well, if you fancy getting started early. So thanks, Pavan, that was amazing.
Thank you so much.
And just to say as well, thanks so much, and we'll catch up later. Just to say that for a lot of these sellers, it's the first time they've had to sell online, to show their products online. You know, it's a whole new world, and I think Pavan did amazingly, and well, everyone has done amazingly this week. Okay, so we're going to bring in our next seller now, who is Louise Lewis. She's going to be sharing something a little bit different. She's a very creative person, and she's going to be sharing gift wrapping classes. I'll let her tell you more. So Louise, tell us more about you and what it is that you do.
Hi everyone, so I'm Louise. I'm your expert go-to person for all things gift wrapping, classes, in person, and obviously this year online as well. And if this is you, I can certainly help you out, turn it into this.
Wow, that is actually me, Louise. That is actually me that you've just shown. That's my wrapping. I'm not sure. Can you do that for me? I'm not
Absolutely.
Sure. So tell us more.
So I have a number of different classes available. If you're preferring something that is a little bit one-to-one, you can book a one-to-one class with me, 30 minutes or 60 minutes if you want to do something that's a little bit more in depth. But I've got a crash course Christmas class which will take you through all the basic skills that you absolutely need to know for this Christmas. Thank you, Marie, yes. And it will take you through how to measure exactly how much paper you need, how much you need to cut so you don't waste any of it. And we then go on to wrap a lovely box, and I show you through how to tie lots of lovely bows. And obviously a lot of us are going to be sending gifts through the post this year, and we need to know, obviously if you want to put a decoration, you need to obviously add a bow that's not going to get completely destroyed in the Royal Mail. So there's all kinds of classes available. And if you've got a team of people, you can actually now book the alternative Christmas party. And the alternative Christmas party is a 60 to 90 minute session getting all your team together, and we really have fun showing you all the things to do with gift wrapping. Christmas jumpers are compulsory, and hats, and obviously a bit of Prosecco, and you go through everything that you need to know for Christmas.
Fab. Okay. And do you have any more examples to show us? I'm totally putting you on the spot. I bet you have, though. It's like computer.
I have, yes, actually. I've got a bit of a display going on at the back. So obviously I mentioned doing things in the post. This particular bow style is perfect for when you're actually needing to send pass it through the post because it doesn't matter if it's going to get squashed. It's called a tailored bow, and it's probably one of the simplest bows that you could ever wrap. And it's something you can do actually in front of the television as well, which is absolutely great. Now, one thing that I do want to say is if you do come to one of my classes, and this applies to any of the classes, you will get a video that shows you how to do this. So how to wrap circular items. One of the most tricky things that people always ask me about is, well, how do you do a tricky gift? And a few hints and tips around doing this, but you would actually get a copy of a video taking you through this whole thing. So this is a nice box of sweets there. We also cover things like what to do with leftover bits of gift wrapping as well, because most of us have got loads of gift wrap left in the house, under beds, everywhere. And there are so many different things that you can actually do. This is leftover gift wrap, 2 different types, using obviously a patterned and craft paper at the top. So you've got a completely bespoke piece of gift wrapping paper that nobody else is actually going to have, and you can actually just stick it together and cover the join with a beautiful bow. And the other thing you can do, just little leftover bits of wrapping. You can create sleeves to go onto your gift with those little bits that are left over, so you never have to throw away any of those bits of rubbish. And in my longer classes, you actually get to use up all those little bits of paper. We actually make paper bows, we make paper fans to decorate your gifts. So as well as having a beautifully tied bow, you can actually do all of those tricky things.
Fab. Okay, well, thanks so much for that, Louise. Lots of comments there from people saying that they struggle with certain items. I'm sort of wondering, like, do you think you can do this for anyone? Like, I have absolutely no patience whatsoever with anything practical, but do you think you could help me to make one of those those like fan effects on a circular object?
Absolutely. To be honest, it is easier than it actually looks, and once you get the basic skills of creating those pleats, basically anybody can have a go at it.
Okay, fantastic. Well, everybody's very, very impressed in the comments. So can you talk through, and perhaps Ian can put it up on the screen while you're talking through what your offer is, because you've got a special offer for the market. If you could talk that through, and then I'll put it up on the screen.
Yeah, so anybody who is interested in booking a class, now that can be one of the 60-minute classes, and it can be one of the team classes, or one of the classes that I have online. You can get 10% off the cost of a price using the code SAVECHRISTMAS. And there's lots of time entries actually on my website to have a look at as well. And you'll get loads of hints and tips and all my pro tips included when you join the class as well.
Fab. Okay, well, thanks so much, Louise. It would be good to chat to you more, but unfortunately we've got to move on to our next seller, but well done. And Louise said she was really nervous before, but I don't think she looked nervous at all. I think she looked really chilled and really cool. So thanks so much for that, Louise. We're going to have to hang on. Yes, there is a replay. You've got a special t-shirt. So what did you say? Yes,
there is a gift voucher.
Oh, okay.
Yes, there is a gift voucher.
It's equivalent of yes, there is a replay. Yeah, I think pretty much all of our sellers have gift vouchers who offer services like Louise. So brilliant, well done, and lots of people in the chat talking about how brilliant you are and how much you've helped them and they've done your classes, which is always great. Okay, so how do you find out? I can see people in the comments. Well, how do you find out how to buy some of these products and services? All you need to do is to type any word, any phrase. I don't know if while I'm talking, Ian might be able to grab the QR code as well. You can literally just kind of pick it up with your phone. But you can, there it is. So you can literally hold your phone up to it and it will take you into our messenger bot, and the messenger bot will give you all the information about all of the sellers. We've got a seller gallery, all of the discount codes, all of the links that you'll need. It's all there. Most of the sellers, these are time sensitive offers. They're only available till the end of the week or the weekend, so you want to get in early and make sure that you take advantage of some of these discounts and offers. Now, before we move on to our next seller, who's actually a bit of an old hander in the nicest possible way, because she's done the market I think every year that I've done it. But before we move on, I just want to remind you again about, like, if you've just joined, let me know actually in the chat if you've just joined. Perhaps somebody shared it with you and you've kind of stumbled across it. But if you've just joined, this event is all about, it's the third year that I've run an online Christmas market, but actually it feels like the most important year, because for this year, so many small business owners, their businesses have just been turned upside down. A lot of these sellers this time of year would be out at Christmas markets, they'd be doing pop-up shops, pop-up events, and they can't do any of that. So they're selling online for the first time in lots of cases, but you wouldn't know it from some of the standard that we've seen. So how can you support? Well, there's lots of ways that you can support. So number one, obviously you can buy some Christmas presents. I can see that there's some sales that have gone on today, like this morning while we've been here. So you can buy some of your Christmas presents from small business owners. But even if you've done all of your shopping, there's a really important thing which I'm going to ask you to do right now, which you could do to support small business owners, to support this market. And I think actually the message goes further than this market today. This is about letting people know how it's been for small business owners this year, how it is for small business owners, and just reminding people that yes, you could go and order a load of stuff off Amazon, or you could buy unique gifts from small business owners. So what can you do? You can hit share on this broadcast like right now. If you're not sure how to share the broadcast, then if you just look underneath this video, and you should see a little arrow that says share. You might need to change it so there's a little triangle that you see. We can change your head basically so that you're sharing from your profile. You can share into messages, you can share onto your Facebook page if you've got one, share on your profile with your friends and family, and just add a few words to tell them why you think they should come over and watch it as well. If you're really stuck with that, then we have Sam, my community manager. She can share with you a link. Now, since I've said that, I've not seen anyone sharing, I don't think yet, because I've not seen any more viewers. So what I'd love to see, to know that you're sharing, is I'll see a little spike in viewers to know that you're hitting that share button. And if you get stuck, then there's instructions for how to do it from your phone, and also how to do it from a desktop as well. And I forgot to say, actually, Paul's just reminded me, but we are giving some spot prizes, I should have said this earlier, for the most engaged attendees of the market. So we're going to be giving away some goodies. I've just had these new notebooks have arrived for me. You've got Get It Done notebook, Planner Addict, Content Creator. Of course, I've got my Get It Done mugs, which are always very popular. So we're going to be doing some bundles for the most engaged commenters and sharers, and we know who you are because our broadcast stats tell us. I can see it's gone up. People are sharing. It's brilliant. So hit that share button if you haven't done already. That's a really important way that you can support small business owners and get the message out there about buying with small businesses. So I'm going to bring on our next seller now, who is Sally Howe. So Sally,
just to let you know, Janet, sorry to butt in, but we don't have Sally at the moment. We've got Kendall.
Okay, so we don't have Sally. So are we going to go straight to Kendall, or are we going to?
Hopefully Sally will come back. But
okay.
Yeah, probably best to go to Kendall.
Cool. Okay, so Kendall, Kendall is our next seller, and Kendall, I think it's her first time on the market. So Kendall, can you share a little bit about what you do and what you're going to be selling on the market today? Have we got Kendall there? Ian, this is the great thing about doing live broadcasts. You never quite know what's going to be happening next. Have we got Kendall, Ian? Oh, she's there. Hi, Kendall.
Hello.
A little bit earlier than expected.
That's fine. I was watching on my phone and I heard Ian say Sally wasn't there, and I thought, oh, quick, it's going to be me. So yeah, hello.
So do you want to kick off? Thanks for jumping in, by the way. Do you want to kick off by sharing a little bit about you and what it is that you do?
Yeah, sure. So my name's Kendall Platt, and I'm a mindful gardening coach. I help women to who struggle to switch off, stop doing all the things that they feel they should be doing, and instead slow down to take a moment through gardening. So I do that in a few ways. I work with people one-to-one, but I also have, look, there's my dad. How cute.
Hello,
hey, Dad.
Dad.
And yeah, I also have a membership as well. And then the thing I'm going to be talking to you about today is my Mind in Bloom gift experience. So this comprises of a mindful gardening activity sent in the post every month. Hopefully you can see that there. It's really lovingly wrapped, so hopefully when they open it, it's a really nice treat. Let me just show you what's in there. So this activity is designed to be done at that time. So you'll receive one every month. It comes in the post, and you should do it that month. So they're all kind of designed to be done in the month that you receive them. So you get a lovely little card here that tells you exactly how to garden mindfully to help you grow the flowers or fruit and veg, depending on what you choose, but also how to do it to make sure that you get the most relaxation and benefit from it. So you can see all the bits that you get in the box there. So there's seeds, there's pots, little compost blocks as well. And then also, as part of the subscription, the gift recipients get access to my membership group, which has got lots of different mindful gardening trainings. So we do monthly grow alongs. So whatever has come in the box that month, I do a live and show people how to do it. And then I also do other, yes, there's a fruit and veg one. I do other trainings as well. So they learn how to look after their garden through the full growing season. Because I think a lot of people feel that their gardens are a thing to be done rather than something to be enjoyed. So they also will get, this is like a gift card that will be sent to them because the box wouldn't ship until January now. So this will be sent to them before Christmas, either to you or directly to them, and it explains exactly what you've got them, because it is a bit of a quirky gift, and I think it's good for people to understand exactly what you've bought. So yeah.
Fab. And can you tell us a little bit about your story? It sounds like a great gift. And you've recently given up the day job in lockdown, and you had quite a sort of epiphany, didn't you, in lockdown? So could you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, for me, obviously at the start of lockdown, I had a full year planned of in-person courses. But that obviously completely had to change, which is why I've kind of gone all in on the membership and delivering everything online. And then as kind of time went on and I was speaking to friends and customers and other people, I realized that actually, although we had to completely stop effectively, mentally people were busier than ever. And I think people were really, really struggling to switch off. And, we're spending a lot of time online on the news and getting quite panicked. And actually gardening for them was a really good way to kind of switch off from that. And just really slow down and take a moment from themselves. So it got to the point where for me, I was like, I actually don't want to do this job, this day job that I'm doing anymore. It doesn't light me up anymore. I really want to be able to help as many women as possible to find a bit of time for themselves. So so I left my job in September. So yeah.
Okay. And that's always good news to hear that you've left your job because you're wanting to focus on your business full time, which is amazing. So just to finish up, a few things about the mindful gardening side of things. I noticed actually a spike when you came on, and Kendall invited her netball team to join. I'm hoping that's the netball team that have joined. But there was like 11 people. Suddenly, no, it's seven. It's seven, isn't it? Am I showing my really bad? I can't remember how.
Yeah, seven in a netball team.
It's seven, isn't it? Yeah, I think of a football team. But suddenly it went up quite a bit, and I thought that's probably Kendall's netball team. So if you're in Kendall's netball team, then do share in the comments. We've seen Kendall's dad. But the thing about gardening, I always find, and I've shared this already, that because I'm not a very practical person, or I don't think I am, like I find it quite hard to slow down. So anything that involves doing anything physical, I find it quite hard. But I know you're a real fan of gardening and kind of using that as a form of self-care, I guess, looking after yourself. Can you talk about, for those people who say, oh, I'm just not sure that I can do this, I've never gardened before, I don't know how I get on with it. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. I think the nice thing about gardening is when we are really, really busy, we're going through life at 100 miles an hour, and then all of a sudden we know that we need to take a bit more time for ourselves, but you know, it can be difficult to just kind of sit and do nothing. Your brain is still whirring. So the nice thing about gardening is that it's a form of active rest, which is where your brain is kept active enough to focus on the activity that you're doing, but not so much that it gets stressed. So that's like a lot of the activities are very repetitive. So it's easy to, you know, to kind of lose yourself in it almost, which is where that kind of finding that headspace comes from. So as far as Mind in Bloom, obviously, they'll get all the instructions, they get access to the group, which is very supportive, direct access to me. So if there's ever, you know, if they're ever struggling with anything, they can ask. And it is a very, you know, really, really supportive group who are in there. So everyone's always willing to help you out. So I think, you know, there's no need to panic and think, oh, I couldn't possibly do that. I think it's actually a really lovely introduction to kind of mindfulness, meditation, and slowing down and taking that time for yourself. So
yeah, and that leads into a couple of questions that people have asked actually. So one of them was, I only have a balcony, so will this work for me? And I think I remember chatting to you before that actually your kits or your I shouldn't call them kit, should I? But they're actually suitable for small spaces, and somebody could use them in a small space. And again, that kind of appeals to me because it's not overwhelming. You know, it's the idea that you could actually create something in a small space. You don't need a massive big garden.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the point, isn't it? Like, I'm trying to not add to the overwhelm in this. So that's why there's just one mindful gardening activity. And some people choose to just do that and not get involved in the other activities. So it really is their choice as to how involved they get. But yes, it's absolutely suitable for people on balconies, or if you're in a rented property, and you know, you can grow in pots as well, or you can grow in bigger gardens. So it is completely you know, adaptable to whatever space you've got. So there are a few different options as well, as far as time goes. I'm just looking at my time. So there's that you can choose from flowers, just to flowers. You can choose fruit and veg as an option, or you can choose flowers and fruit and veg, like a mix of all three. And there's a 1 month option, which is £24.99, 3 month, which is £65.97, 6 months is £125.94. But I do really advocate growing for a whole season, because I think then you really get to know your garden well, and you get to see it through all the seasons and understand what's happening in it at different stages. So a full 12 month is £239.88. So they're the prices, and then you can choose the options at checkout as well.
Fab. Okay, and you've got an offer for us at the market, which I can get Ian to stick up as you're talking. Are there any other sort of pricings that you need to talk through, or should we get it up on the screen?
No, that's it. So that's everything there. And I guess really just quickly to say, like, if you're thinking, oh, who is this for? I'm not that clear. It really is for somebody who knows that they need to slow down and find a bit of calm, but they may have tried things like meditation, mindfulness, and they haven't really worked because they struggled to kind of switch off enough. So this is kind of like a nice intro to mindfulness through gardening.
Fab. Okay, well, lots of enthusiasm in the chat and lots of questions, and I'm sure Kendall will come back. There's a lot of people asking, like, how do I not kill things, and saying that they kill cactuses. I kill things as well. So yeah, lovely idea, and a fantastic gift idea. So as ever with all the other sellers, thanks, Kendall. And don't you think you did an amazing job presenting as well? I don't know, have you ever done this before, Kendall? Have you done anything like this before?
Yeah, I mean, I quite often go live on my channel, so I'm quite confident with that. But it's always a little bit more nerve-wracking on somebody else's channel. So yeah,
it's a new way of doing it. So absolutely fabulous. Another great offer for you. As ever, type anything into the chat to get taken into our messenger bot. That will take you into the seller gallery, where you'll be able to see Kendall's offer, her website, anything else you want to find out about her, and then you can also find out about the other sellers as well, which is amazing. So thanks so much, Kendall. That was brilliant. Love it. So we're going to take a few minutes. So I think we've got Sally there. I've seen Sally in the chat, so that's good. That means that she's coming up next, which is all good. So we'll see Kendall later. So thanks so much. That was brilliant. I'm just going to take a few minutes before we bring our next seller on, Sally, just to talk about our competition, and also a few of the things that I'm selling on the market as well, because I'm selling on the market too. So we do have a competition. So let me know in the chat if you were here at the beginning and you saw me and Ian making fools of ourselves singing at the beginning. And somebody asked me yesterday, was it really us singing? It really was us singing, and we recorded our track separately, the main line and the harmonies, and Ian put it all together in that fun video. So let me know in the chat if you saw that. Now, people have told us that tune is a bit of an earworm. Don't worry if you didn't see it, because we will send it to you. It's the Christmas market song, and a lot of people have said that once they get it in their head, they can't get it out of their head. So we were thinking of a fun idea for a competition that would encourage people to get, oh, Ian's playing a little bit for you now, which is brilliant. Let us know in the chat if you remember it. But yeah, to encourage people to interact and to create content and get involved, we've got a fun competition, which is basically involves you, as Wendy says, she can't get it out of her head, you recording a video of yourself. You can be dancing to the song, you can be singing to it, you can be doing both, whatever. You can enter in a group, so you could enter as a family, or you could enter on your own if you're brave. We've already had some people entering on their own. I'm trying to persuade my daughter to enter with her friend. She's a little bit embarrassed because she's 15, but it would be fab. And there's a really brilliant prize. So it's £200 cash prize, which is pretty good for a 15-second video. So let us know in the chat if you're going to be entering, because the deadline to enter is Friday morning, 9 a.m. and we'll be announcing the winner on Friday's show. So the winner of the £200 cash prize will be announcing the winner then. And before we move on to Sally, one last thing, or two last things, obviously. Let us know in the chat whether you're going to be entering the competition. So a couple of things. Wendy says her 4-year-old is going to enter. Yeah, I'd love to see groups of families and get your kids involved, get your pets involved, whatever. Katie's already entered. She was the first person to enter, so well done to Katie for being the first person to enter. So before we move on, just a couple of things about what I'm selling on the market. So I have a social media diary and planner. So it's to help you to plan out your content. I think lots of people here have probably seen it and have got one, but it isn't just a diary, it's a content planning tool. So it's got your annual planning in there. Can you see that? Got your quarterly planning, daily planning, and it's full of key dates and awareness days that you can use to plan out your content. Now, lots of you have got it already. If you're on this broadcast, that's all the awareness days. But it's a really great gift for somebody. We've put together some gift bundles. So the gift bundles come. So for example, we've got a leopard. Anyone here a leopard lover? We've got a leopard mug, leopard. What's that? A diary, pens, the whole leopard bundle. And I've just showed you actually. This one's got a lovely new notebook which we've just acquired. We've also got the content creator bundle, which has got a different cover of diary. I'll show you those in just a second. And the planner addict. So if there's somebody in your life that they like creating content and they like nice stationery and diaries, this could be a really nice gift. We've got 10% off for all of our diary and gift bundles this week. I'm just showing you the different covers as I'm talking. So one to suit every taste. This one's been really popular. The slate, that one there, they've got beautiful gold foil on the front. So you can grab those from us this week as well. And again, I'm a seller in the gallery as well, so you can check out our offer there as well. So it's a really lovely present. So before we move on to our next seller, obviously just want to say it again, but this event is all about, I'm just going to sit up a bit straighter. So I can see the ticker tape was going across my mouth, but we this event is all about celebrating small business owners. A lot of them have had it tough this year, and have had to change and pivot, and you've heard some of the stories today and across the week. How can you support? Well, obviously, I can see there's been some buying going on already. I can see some people have bought on this broadcast, so you can go into our sellers gallery and do some Christmas shopping. If you've already shopped, that doesn't mean that you can't help. Really simple thing that you can do is just to hit share on this broadcast. Every time I say this, I'm looking to see a bit of a spike in the shares. If you're not sure how to share this broadcast, then you just need to, there's a share underneath this video, and you probably need to just change, there's a little triangle in the corner, and you need to change it to your profile. It means you can share it more places, share it everywhere, tell everybody about it. I don't think that the public fully understands, I think, how challenging it has been for some small business owners and how much they've had to pivot and change. These guys that you're meeting this week, they probably would have been out at markets or pop-ups or whatever, and they're having to sell online, and it's a new skill. You know, it's something really, really new. So do us a favor, if you've just joined, hit share. Let's get this broadcast out into in front of more people. There are prizes. I'm going to be giving away some little prizes, some little spot prizes, some of these notebooks that we've got and mugs for the most engaged commenters and the people who are doing the most commenting and sharing. And we know, because we can see it in our stats, the software that we use for this, it shows us who's been the best chatters and they've done the most sharing. So we're going to move on to Sally now. So Sally is our next seller.
I'm afraid she's still not here.
Okay. So
we're trying in the background. We are trying.
Okay, are we going to go to Ruth? We do have, so don't panic, we've got backup videos from all of our sellers. Are we ready to go to Ruth, and then maybe we can come back to Sally?
Yeah,
or are we going to head to Sally's
we've
video?
got
Should we go to Ruth?
Ruth is here. Well, let's just try if we can get Sally on.
Okay, so this is the whole thing about live video. Let me know when you're ready, Ian. Is that you never quite know what's going to happen, and the thing about doing it this way, it means that if anything happens, I've seen the shares going up, which is amazing. If anything happens, I can always jump in and talk. I've always got plenty to talk about, which makes it a lot easier for the sellers. It takes we look after all the techie side of it and make sure that we fill in if anything comes up. So how are we doing, Ian? Are we going to be bringing Sally in, or are we going to head over to Ruth?
I think let's go to Ruth, and then hopefully we can get Sally in.
Fantastic. We do have backup videos, so that can be our last resort. Okay, so Ruth, hoping that you're there. Tell us a little bit about what you do and also your story, because it's been quite a year for you as well. There she is.
Sorry, I think just said mute, so I was just trying to mute it. Hi there, thank you for having me on. Hello, I'm Ruth. I'm the owner of Three Bears Cookery Club. So yes, it has been quite a year for us. We've obviously we run face-to-face cookery classes for children. Mainly in primary schools, and but we also run lots of holiday workshops and children's birthday parties. So as you can imagine, obviously once the first lockdown hit, that was kind of like, oh my gosh, goodness, what I'm going to do. So I made the really quick decision that I was just going to pivot online, and it's been absolutely fantastic. It's been a real learning curve as well. Obviously delivering the cookery classes online, but they've been really good, and I'm just really pleased how they've turned out. And we're still delivering our online cookery classes. So we have we have sort of 2 online after school clubs a week, one for under 8s and one for over 8s as well. So we do different skills, and we've also got some really fun Christmas workshops coming up in the lead up to the big day. So I'm hoping that will just keep, because I've got 3 girls, so just trying to keep them occupied in those few days when they've broken up from school. So I'm hoping that might kind of so keep them occupied and get them in the mood. We're going to be baking some really good fun treats for Santa. And then that brings me to, obviously, we've done the subscription boxes on the back of all our online classes. So it's been really good. So our subscription boxes is like a monthly subscription box, and you get each month you get 3 recipes. So they're different each month. So in our December box, we have reindeer cupcakes and cheese twists and cinnamon swirls. So really lovely Christmas recipes, and you get a box delivered to your door, so it goes straight through your letterbox. It's like in a mailing box, and you get, so I just show you, I just hold it up. So these are like the recipe cards. I don't know if you can see them. So that's what you'll get. You'll get 3 of those. Just to say that all my recipes, I write them and develop them myself, and they're all written for children. Okay, so they're so if we've got old ones, they can still do this because they could follow it themselves, because it's just really easy, obviously, for them to follow. So, and because we have our pre-recorded videos, which when you join, sort of buy a box or subscription box, you can you can bake along to our pre-recorded videos, which you'll have access to our private Facebook group for those. So that's each month as well. So along with our recipe cards, I think these are lovely. So these are our journal cards. So these are, so you record your bake, so they've got like a yumminess rating, which I think is always super important when you're baking, and who you shared it with, if you shared it with any friends and family, and then you can put like a picture, you can take a picture, so really nice keepsake to keep. So you'll get that all comes in your box. You get your dry ingredients for one recipe. So for our December recipe, it's our reindeer cupcakes. So you'll get the dry ingredients for those. And as well, I'm just going to grab that. You get our bake along at home little booklet here. So this is great. So it's for parents and children. So you'll have, so for parents, you've got all the shopping and equipment list. So you know what you need for each recipe. You also, you get to share our top tips for baking with children. And, so just to make it a little bit easier, so you're getting everything ready before they start, etc. And you know what you're doing. There's also some activities as well that the children can do in the booklet. So there's like quizzes, colouring activities, and our fun facts as well. So the subscription box, obviously you can buy a one-off box, or you can buy a 3-month and a 6-month subscription. So the one box is $12.49, and our 3-month subscription is $11.99 per month for 3 months, and our 6-month subscription is $11.49 for the 6 months. So so they're great as a gift. Our December box, I'm taking sort of bookings for the December box up until the 15th of December, so we can get these out to you before the big day arrives. And you can also, if you want to buy it as a gift, you just select as a gift on the checkout, and you can enter either enter the recipient's details, so we can then send them directly to them, or I can send them to yourself if you want to give them in person as well. And you can also, if you choose as a gift, if you decided you wanted to do it for January, you can select a start date, so you can just select to receive it from January if you wish. So it's a great little activity for children, and
fab, brilliant. Well, thanks so much for
all their
sharing.
bakes and everything, what they make.
Thanks so much for sharing, and you've actually answered a lot of the questions that were coming up in the chat as you were going through. Let me know if you can still hear me okay. I think I've got a little bit pixelated, but let me know if you can see and hear me.
Yes, I can hear.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've both got a little bit pixelated, haven't we? You just sort of froze on an important point there. Yeah, really, really great. I think you covered most of the questions. Some people were asking actually whether they could buy the individual recipe cards. I don't know if you can answer that one before you finish, but I think you did actually cover most of the questions, which is great.
So
and
I don't.
when you're going through that, sorry, if you could put the offer up as well. We are looking a little bit glitchy at the moment, but hopefully that will settle in just a sec.
So at the moment I don't sell them individually, but it's something that I've been thinking about, because I have been asked for it before, and I have been putting together some single box packages. So if somebody just wants to do like the reindeer cupcakes, for example, and that will just get boxed out to them. So all I'll say is that I'm looking at this week. So if you head over, obviously keep an eye on our Facebook page or our website, then obviously all our offers are on there. And obviously you've got 10% off everything for the rest of the week as well.
Fab. Okay. Well, brilliant. Thanks, Ruth. Would love to ask you more, but unfortunately, we've got to bring more. This is fortunate, actually. We're going to bring Sally in now, which is brilliant. And thanks so much for jumping in there.
Oh, that's all right.
Just jumping in. Everyone's been really flexible today, which is great. So I'm hoping we're going to be able to. Thanks so much, Ruth. I'm hoping we're going to be able to bring Sally in. As with all of the other sellers, you'll be able to see what Ruth is selling in our sellers gallery. So I don't know if Ian could just grab it actually, or we can show you a little bit later. We've got the QR code that you can just hold your phone up to, And then that's our coming up tomorrow. But we're going to talk about that later as well. There it is. So we just hold your phone up to that and you'll get inside our messenger bot. Our messenger bot will give you access to the sellers gallery if you've just joined us. And I'd love, just before Sally comes on, Sally's our last seller of the day. Hopefully we're going to be able to get her in live. If not, we do have a backup video, so all is well with the world. So just before we finish, I would love it. Everyone's been so brilliant at sharing and commenting. This week is about supporting small business owners, and for me it feels like more than about just this week. It's about encouraging people to support small business owners in general, and it goes far beyond this broadcast. So one really helpful thing you can do is to just hit share. If you're not sure how to do it, I've said it loads of times now, you've probably got the gist of it, but we do have a couple of videos we can share with you if you're not sure how to share a live podcast from your phone. Broadcast is what I mean, from your phone or from a desktop. Then you can just do that from there. I'll get Sam to stick them in as well so that you can have a look. But it's pretty straightforward. So let's have one last share before we finish up and we hear from Sally. So Sally, I'm really hoping that you're there. She's there. Brilliant. Good to see you, Sally. Good to see you. We got there in the end. And
yeah,
brilliant.
I know. Technology, hey.
It's okay. It's fine. That's why we have backup plans, and that's why this is live. This is what we do. So Sally, tell us a little bit about it's about your third Christmas market now, isn't it? So you're a pro.
Yeah,
tell us about your products and what you do.
Okay, so I've done the first two markets and I was nervous then and I'm nervous now, so I'm just going to go for it. I'm a sustainable silver jewellery designer, so I actually make everything myself. So I make it all by hand, and a few things I have cast, but it's all made of recycled eco silver. So things like this here, this is a star anise necklace. So this one here is usually 156, but you can have 20% off with my code. I think it's Jan Market 20. So 20% off everything. And
I can stick it on the screen, don't worry.
And then there's things like star. This is my North Star that I'm wearing at the moment, and this is one of my favorite ones. I've got something for the gentleman too. So this one here is a really lovely unisex. Oh, I'm not very good at this, holding things up to the camera business.
Down a little bit and into the middle. That's it. Perfect. Yeah. Fantastic. And that's one's for the men. Now Sally's frozen, I think, now, hasn't she? I don't know whether, do you think we might be better to move over to Sally's video, do you think? Because she's got a 2 or 3 minute video. What do you reckon, Ian? Do you think we could?
Yeah, I think we probably should do that.
Yeah. Let's go to Sally's video and then you'll get it all. So let's watch Sally's video.
Hello, I'm Sally from How Fine Designs. I make sustainable silver jewellery and I make everything myself from recycled silver. I try to make sure that everything is eco-friendly as well, so it's all packed up in eco packaging as well, so when you get it, it will be beautifully packaged, and it's all FSC cardboard boxes. So I don't know if you can see these, but they're really quite shiny when you actually see them in person. I've got these little gift bags as well to put everything in, which those have got little shiny foil on as well, which again are recycled and recyclable. They're made of eco cotton. My products I'm going to show you today are from my star range mostly. So we've got this I call my Oriental star. It's the star anise. It's a beautiful, perfectly cast star anise. It is hallmarked and it's made from recycled silver. It's on an 18-inch chain, so it's the same sort of length as this one. This is the North Star, but the star anise is £156 and you will get 20% off any of the items you order from my shop with the code Jan Market 20, Jan Market 20. So that should give you 20% off. This one here is the I call this the Night Star. So this is a closed star anise, so it's like the big one which is the open star anise. That's really quite a lot heavier. So this is a little bit lighter. So it's £102, that one. Oops. And this one is the North Star. So this one is normally £90. So you'll get a discount of 20% for that one. I have little tiny star earrings. So these are both £36. And if you buy any two items, I will give you a pair of free star earrings. So you can either have the little star studs or the little star danglies. Both are beautiful, so it depends whether you like star studs or star danglies. So these ones move and these ones are more static. They stay in place where you put them, and they're pretty nice. So the other things from this range I've got are the cloves. So these ones here are little cloves. So these ones are £66 for the little tiny clove studs, and these ones are £78. So obviously you'll get your 20% off. They're both from my Christmas range, so they're quite Christmassy, but you could wear them at any time of the year. I've got something for the gentleman as well. So I've got here, this is a unisex necklace. It's a little coffee bean. So the guys do seem to like that one quite a lot, and it's in quite gender neutral packaging. So it's all got the green. And I've also got little star necklaces as well. Those are also £36. And I've got heart necklaces, which are stamped with the initial of your choice. So any initial that you would like, and those ones are £79. So everything comes in these boxes or the pouches. If you would prefer one or the other, just make sure you put a comment in the comment box, and I will give you whatever you wanted to do. And I'm happy this year to actually offer free gift wrapping. So I've got some beautiful gift wrap, and it will come with a little gift card for you to actually write your own message, but you could also add a comment if you want me to post it directly to somebody for you. I'd be happy to post it to somebody. Just add a comment in the comment box as you check out, or even email me afterwards. It's sally@howfinedesigns.com, and I'm happy to do anything like that. Now, my pièce de résistance, which was going down a treat in John Lewis. This is my most popular item in John Lewis. I'm hoping that they might stock them for me next year. This is my silver mistletoe, and that is £162, and it's hallmarked, and each one is cast from an individual sprig of mistletoe. So there's no two the same. They're all just as nature intended. Beautiful, and they come with a little silk ribbon. And those are in a little eco-friendly cotton bag with my subtly branded logo there. And they come in a box like that as well, so that you can actually keep them for years to come, and they will be obviously an heirloom that you can pass down. And everything comes with my lovely branding. I've got beautiful Christmas stickers and everything, so hopefully you will enjoy your gifts when you get them to gift, or treat yourself to something that you'd like yourself. Thanks for listening.
Fab, thanks so much, Sally. And if you joined us towards the end, Sally, unfortunately, we couldn't get her in live, so we asked all of our sellers to send us a recording, and we're so glad we did. We do like to be prepared, which meant that we could just switch to Sally's video. One other thing I wanted to share before we finished up as well is, like, if you haven't been to a market like this before, and somebody shared it with you, like, you may not appreciate how challenging it can be actually to get on a live and start selling your stuff. And from when I met Sally a few years ago, I think Sally herself would say she's an introvert, she doesn't find this kind of stuff easy. But what I love so much about Sally is that she'll get on camera and she'll talk about her products and services. And since in the time that I've known her, and I've now known her, I think it's about 3 years now, she has just like gone from strength to strength. It really isn't easy to be able to jump on and do that. And our sellers have showed today, but also across the week, just how important it is. And it can be challenging, but you just got to go for it, and they all have amazingly. Enjoyed the recording, loved being inside Sally's studio. It's really nice to see her at work. So unfortunately we've come to the end of day 3, but I'm sure you'll agree it's been a great session. So I just wanted to remind you about a couple of key things. So I would love to see you back tomorrow, so let us know if you're going to be back tomorrow. Ian, I don't know if you can crank up the slide for the sellers that we've got tomorrow. We've got a real variety, so very excited about tomorrow. So we've got Laura, who's got beauty products to share, great Christmas gifts. Scarlett, we've got another jeweler, so Scarlett's going to be sharing her collection. Beth, Mama Life London, she is going to be sharing her clothing collection, her slogan t-shirts and sweatshirts. You've probably seen me wearing them before. I love them. And also she's got new active work as well, active wear I should say as well. And we've got Joe Soley. Joe's going to be offering something really quite interesting. So Joe does numerology and business coaching. I've had some sessions with Joe and it is so enlightening, so interesting. So looking forward to hearing from Joe. And then we've got Janetta, who she has dog fit accessories and dog fit equipment basically. So if you fancy the idea of running with your dog, then Janetta will tell you all about that tomorrow. So really excited about tomorrow. I'd love it if you could tell more people about the market, share it with them. Even if you can't watch live, if you get inside our messenger bot, I don't know if Ian could just whack up the code again, then you will you'll be able to get all of the updates and all the reminders about what's going on, but crucially see all of the sellers as well, because it may well be that this is your first day and you've missed some of the other sellers, but you can see all of the products and services they've got to offer. Don't forget about the competition. So there is a £200 cash prize to be won for our amazing competition, but the deadline is December the 4th. Let me know in the chat if you're going to be entering. £200 cash prize. You can enter as an individual, as a group. You can enter with the family, with the cats, the dogs, the children, or whatever. We're really looking forward to seeing some of your entries, and you just need to type anything into the messenger bot and it will tell you how to do it. So that's it. We've come to the end of day 3. I hope you've had a great session and looking forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Thank you.